Hi Union One campers, I'm Early Bird, and today we're going to be learning about how to make a do-it-yourself no-sew sailor knot headband like the one I'm wearing. So I'll go over the materials and then we'll get started, okay? First and foremost, you'll need an old t-shirt, okay? Now the t-shirt does need to be a jersey material because that's the kind of material that when you stretch it out, it doesn't unravel and it just rolls on itself, okay? Make sure it's okay with mom or dad or whoever's shirt you're cutting, okay? And we'll need a pair of scissors, a little piece of fabric for closing the ends of the headband together, a glue gun for securing this piece of fabric to your headband, a measuring tape like what I've got to measure the circumference of your head where the headband will rest. Our finished headband needs to be a little smaller than our actual head measurement because the headband, since it's made of jersey, it will stretch. So you can have a measuring tape or a piece of string, to measure around your head. All right, so let's get started. First, lay your t-shirt out flat, okay? As flat as you can. Now, if you're cutting from the bottom of the t-shirt, you're gonna see that there is a hem, a seamed hem. You don't want to use that part because that will not start to roll on itself and it would make the pieces a little uneven, okay? So you should start cutting from here. Now I've already cut some strips, so I just wanted to give that as an example. All right, so we're gonna need 2 strips. That was the width of the shirt that we were using, okay? Now you take your first strip and you start stretching it out, kind of like an elastic rubber band or a Pilates band. But once you start stretching it out, you'll end up with something like this. Turn up the camera, Joe. It's okay. All right, so it's gonna be nice and stretchy. You see how it's rolled on itself? That's a good thing. That's what they should look like. All right, so let me clear the table so we can start assembling our headband. Now the first step is to lay down your first loop and angle it down a little more. Okay. There we go. All right, so we're gonna make it look like what I think is a bunny rabbit. I'm gonna take the left side, lay it over the right side, and it kind of looks like a bunny face with 2 little ears. Our second strip, we're gonna lay down to make a U shape. Try to get it as even as possible, but it just lays over the bunny ears, nice and flat. So the first step is to take the left bunny ear and to place it over the second strip, just like that, okay? So it was under, but now it's over. Okay, the next step is to take your bottom right part of the second strip that makes the U and lay it under the bunny face. Okay, that's all we do. It was here and now it's just under. All right, our last step is to take the end that we haven't used yet and we're gonna weave it into the bunny face. We're gonna go over, under, over, okay? So that goes over, this goes under, and over. I'm gonna turn it around, and this is what you should see in front of you. It almost looks like a pretzel or an infinity sign with 4 ends sticking out, okay? What you should see is something that goes over, under, over, under. The infinity sign goes over, under, over, under. Now we're just gonna gently pull it together, the 4 ends in opposite directions. It's okay if it starts to kind of roll and wind on itself. That's what it's supposed to look like. Now, if you see that one end is getting tighter than the other, just start pulling the opposite side so that it tightens. Now I've got this one, it's not as tight as I want it. So I know that right here comes out over here. So I'm just gonna gently, there it goes. There it started to pull. All right, so now we've got our sailor knot. Now if you notice, this kind of starts to curve, makes like a curve. I would call this the bottom side because that's the side that should fit to your head. And this is the top side or the right side, okay? So now we're gonna lay it with the right side or the curved side down. We're gonna stretch out the 4 ends that we have. Okay, and now we need to even out the 4 pieces, just like that. Okay, this is when we're going to secure the ends of the headband. Now, the measurement of my head is 22 inches. So, like I said, I needed it a little shorter than that, maybe about 20 inches or so. So I'll measure 10 to this side and 10 to this side. So that tells me I need to cut off these 2 long ends. It's okay if they were uneven. Okay. So this is the time that we need the hot glue. All we should have left is our little piece for securing and our headband with the 4 ends. You'll want to put the ends to the middle of the fabric that you're securing. You can just use your hot glue gun. Just put a big dab in there. And make sure, if you're using hot glue, don't touch it for too long. Okay. Now we're going to secure the other ends to here on the other side, because this is going to be the inside of our headband. Okay, going to roll it up so that it's even like that. Oh, I just burned myself. Ooh, be careful, girls. Might want to have a grown-up help you with this part. Okay. Now the last step is we're going to secure it all the way around. But because I don't want to see this unfinished edge, I'm going to fold it. Okay. And I'm going to put glue on that side, my folded edge. Secure it down, okay? I'm gonna put the camera up. All right, so it looks like we're just about finished. This glue is drying. So you can see how it's secured in there. It's got a nice folded edge so that it's not unfinished. Just wait for it to dry. So when you are completely finished, you should have the sailor knot that kind of bends up, and the inside is going to be the secured piece of fabric with that folded edge. All right, so let's see, it's all the way dry, and then we can put it on. Oh, that's a good fit. It's just slightly smaller than the circumference of my head, since it is made of the jersey material, so it stretches. And we're ready to go. That's how you make a do-it-yourself, no-sew sailor knot headband. Bye, campers.